Let's be clear, I'm John Akers, the one that gets to ask the questions. He's the one that has to come up with the answers. So I have it easy tonight, I really do. But Randy, I want to welcome you to the Cove as well, and each one of you that are here. I hope that this really is a very profitable time during the time that you're here, a time of informal fellowship. One of the things that often happens when people are here is the opportunity to get acquainted with believers from other parts of the country, from other backgrounds, to discover what God is doing in their lives. And so we hope that this is a great time for you. Now, I don't know what you've been given in terms of what Randy's going to be doing, but Randy, as you've already heard, is a very prolific author. And I think that from time to time, God gifts to the church people who have that special ability to put His truth into writing. And Randy is one of God's gifts to this generation of the church. And Randy, we're thankful for your faithfulness in that, and we're thankful for all that God has done through you and will continue to do through you, through your writings. What we're going to be doing during these times is looking at 4 of Randy's books. And each one of those in turn, I think you'll be amazed as I was, as I began to look into it, at the diversity among them, and yet there's a continuity of thought and of worldview that is very important for us to grasp. But anyway, we're going to be looking at 4 different books. I don't expect you, and he doesn't expect you to have read them by the time you get to the sessions, so don't worry about that. But the first one we're going to be dealing with really is the book on heaven that has been so widely circulated and has been of influence to so many people across the church. Randy, you may not know this, but some years ago, Mr. Graham thought about writing a book on heaven. And when we began to research it, one of the things we found out, he never finished it, actually. He sensed that God was leading him in a different direction at that time. But one of the things he discovered was how few books really there were out there that dealt with this important subject of heaven. And one of the things you do is talk about heaven in a very thorough and biblical way.